Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Here's the start of the next project, that being the mountain scene in this corner. We'll document it along the way with, I'm sure, pictures and video. So with that, I'm going to get started and we'll be back in just a bit. Okay everyone, wanted to take a quick break to film this. Normally I use the pink or blue styrofoam sheets, whichever is in stock at the time I go to buy it. But I had this white styrofoam from different from Christmas and decided to use it, and I'm not going to carve it like I normally do. I'm breaking it and will just glue it on to however I want to try and give it a rocky face. But I'm also going to try something a little different in using some dryer sheets and Mod Podge that one of my friends has used in the past, and I'm adding a link to his channel and video of how he uses it. So I'm going to try that for some of this. I still will have my Sculptamold and we'll be using the rock castings, but figured this would be a good way to get some rocky crags beyond the rock castings that I have and see how that turns out, and maybe use it in the other corner where I need to also add another mountain on the other side of the container yard. So we'll keep going and see you guys in just a bit. Hey everyone, it's been a few weeks since the last segment I filmed and this segment that I'm filming now. As I got back down here to start working on the scenery more, I realized that this would be a good place to get a quick video made up to throw in, showing one, what the dryer sheets and Mod Podge method looks like now when it's dry, and discuss some of that a little, and discuss that method a little bit. And the second is I will be transitioning to using Sculptamold and the rock molds that I made up a couple weeks ago. And so this way, like I said, there's that blank slate showing what it looks like now before I continue on. So real quick, the things that I noticed as I was using this method is I did not use enough dryer sheets, and that mixed with I diluted the Mod Podge a little too much created spots that it's still soft and isn't hard like I had wanted it to be. And as such, that means I'm moving over to the Sculptamold. I kind of already had that in mind as I was using this method, and I figured that this would be a good place that it would at least give a good spot for the Sculptamold to adhere to. So hopefully that works out, and that is the case. So anyway, I'm going to get working on the Sculptamold, and hopefully I can have some of that done up, as it is Tuesday today, and I want to try and work on this over the weekend, getting it painted and finished so that I can start working on the scenery on the blue foam, as I've got a few kits coming in for that. So I will see you guys in just a little bit. Okay everyone, took a little longer than I expected for this to dry, and there's still a few spots on the closer side of the branch line that is still wet. So I'm going to leave that to dry a little longer. However, the stuff that I placed over the mountain is dry. So I'm going to get the paints down here and start painting. And hopefully come a little later this afternoon, the rest of it will be dry and I can get it painted and hopefully get some ground cover on it. So we'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, everyone, as I was painting the background portions, the foreground dried up enough that I could paint it as well. I'm getting ready to put some Mod Podge on it and get some dirt that I've sifted onto there to see how it goes. I did sprinkle some on some wet paint that I had extra there on the foam. Doesn't look too bad. Pretty happy with it. So we'll get going on the mountain spot and we'll be back once that gets a little further on. Hey everyone, this is going to be the last segment of this project that I'm going to film. I'll get to that reasoning in just a little bit. But as for what I've got accomplished, I did get everything painted, got some dirt put on there, as you can see, got the dirt glued down, and I'm really happy with how it looks right now. I do know that I still have to get the backdrops painted. I need to get trees and ground cover put in as well. And that's the scenery side. I also, before having any trains run up here, need to get the rails cleaned. I noticed some Sculptamold that had fallen on them at some point had dried up, and I need to get that cleaned off. And I also want to be safe than sorry and run a magnet across the dirt closest to the track just to be sure that there isn't any magnetic material still left in the dirt. I'm fairly confident that there isn't, but better to be safe than sorry. And the reasoning behind me stopping doing work on this section is I know I'm going to have to put more dirt down over here with the branch line and the rest of the raised spot on the layout. And I want to be able to do all of it at once instead of bits and pieces here and there. I do need to get cork laid down to raise up the ore house building instead of using the hardboard pieces that are there for now. I then also decided that I was going to add something on the track coming off of the runaround. And as I was looking at buildings for other spots on the layout, I came across the co-op storage shed and liked the look of it and thought that would be something that you would see in a mine complex. And a friend of mine that was the one that showed me how to do the dryer sheets and Mod Podge method had given me this station building as well. And I liked the look of it and thought it would be good as an administrative building that, you know, a mining company would use. Maybe a little too lavish for a mining company, but what the heck, it looks good up there. So there's also the road that is just kind of placed in for now of where I want to have it. I do want to have a road that's coming off, you know, along the edge, and then it will cross back over the tracks here and disappear into the backdrop. So that is kind of the future plans and what I'm going to be doing for the next little bit. I want to get the storage shed built up before I do anything else as far as the scenery, and I want to get some trains running up here just to see how it's going to look. So until I see you guys again, I hope you enjoyed the video and kind of the progress of this project. Sorry that I'm leaving it unfinished, but like I said, there's going to be a lot more that I want to get done, and I want to get it done all at once. So hopefully you guys liked it. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.